Vitis californica, otherwise known as the California wild grape, is a producer. It's a remarkable plant in that when young it is a soft-stemmed plant. It creeps along the ground and uses tendrils to pull itself up onto objects such as trees. It's a predator plant in that as it overtakes a tree, it cuts the tree off from incoming solar radiation or sunlight and eventually kills the tree, using the tree as a host and support. As it ages, the trunk becomes thick and it's able to support itself somewhat. It was controlled by fire, but since man puts fire out as soon as it gets started, Vitis californica has become a pest. This little wasp in my hand is a cuckoo wasp, and she has a primary role as a hypoparasite. She sneaks into other wasps' nests, lays eggs, and then departs. She doesn't have a stinger, so I'm in no danger of being stung. But her larvae, when they wake up, will eat the other wasp larvae. Thus, she's a controller of wasp population. Mud daubers are another wasp. They're in the order of Hymenoptera, along with bees and ants. They're amazing little creatures. Most of them are spider hunters, which means that they hunt and subdue spiders, which they stuff into a mud cell to feed their young when their eggs hatch. Mud daubers are a solitary wasp of immense benefit to people. You can find their mud cells along buildings, in logs, under bark. They're quite remarkable. One of my favorites. Pepsis wasps are another form of Hymenopteran. These are super predator wasps. The largest of their kind is about 2.5 inches long, and she hunts tarantulas in their den, does battle with them, and wins. The one on the picture that you see here is about 1.5 inches long. She probably hunts larger wolf spiders for the same purpose. She uses them to feed her young. Wasps are almost always predators, either of themselves or specific arachnids or invertebrates throughout the animal kingdom. They are one of the primary reasons that insect populations are kept in check. The adults primarily consume nectar. They hunt spiders and other insects for their nests. It's not really clear where they nest, but the scenario goes something like this. They find a spider and they paralyze it by stinging it. They drag it to a burrow which they dig. They lay a single egg on its chest, and then they cover the burrow and fly off and die. When the egg hatches, it burrows into the spider and begins to eat the spider from the inside out. Keep in mind that the spider is still alive, simply paralyzed, and with all those eyes, it gets to watch the entire process. Blah, 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 blah. For me, studying wasps is absolutely fascinating. They are so different from each other. There's so many varieties that it just takes forever to get to know one specific species. A lot of people are afraid of wasps. In the years that I've been doing this, I've only been stung once. And that was by a paper wasp, which happened to be one of my favorites. If you have questions about wasps, please stop me in the hall or ask me in class. I'm happy to share my knowledge.